stomp your head in or hook you when you
Right.
got off of him.
Right.
You can still get that little adrenaline
Uh-huh.
rush and feel good about
It's
it.
a chance for everybody to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's gonna be fun.
All right, good morning.
This also
Good
because I've
morning.
seen
Welcome
it
to
in a
another
lot of
edition of
bars,
NTX
a lot of places
AM
where,
Vibes here on NTX Radio. I'm Tiffany Carlen with Sarah Reeves, aka Red. I'm trying to turn my computer on, but it's apparently not.
Happy first day of school.
Woohoo! And a crazy morning in my household. So yeah. But we're here.
We're here. We made it.
Barely. Seriously. I was
God, that Renfro traffic for high school drop off is no joke.
it'll get a little bit better.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
mean, just because there's like a lot of new parents. Well, like you, I mean, first time high schoolers. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So is it super loud again?
Yeah.
That's because Jake was in that driver's seat yesterday.
Oh, like that was hurting me. Ow. That hurts. Here, I'll get this.
All right. So
part.
was she excited this morning to be heading into
Oh yeah,
high
she
school? Like was she
she-
ready?
She woke up at like 4:30 this morning.
Maximus was up at 6:30. I've been up since 4. Not because I wanted to be, but I had a raging case of horrible acid reflux. And I mean, it was just terrible.
Terrible.
Yes, absolutely terrible. So I tried to go back to sleep around, I don't know, 6. I finally I was like, okay, I need some instant relief. What am I supposed to do for this? Googled it and it said drink milk. And I was like, really? Okay. Drank milk and it
Voila.
freaking helped big time.
Well,
So
how about
if you're
that?
having a raging case of acid reflux and you need a quick remedy, and I took Nexium at like 4 in the morning. That did nothing.
Nothing.
That did a whole lot of nothing for me. So anyway, all right. So she was up at 4:30.
Well, she woke up and she couldn't go back to sleep. But,
Okay.
But I heard her up officially at like 6. And yeah, she was ready to go way before I was, obviously, because she's better than me.
Okay. So she was Elise went to Hughes, which is one side of Burleson, and she's switching now over to Centennial High School. I know she sat next to one Husky, right? They're Huskies, right?
Yeah,
Hughes Huskies? Okay.
Hughes Huskies.
But does she know some other kids? Like, does she remember anybody from when she went to Stribling?
I mean, she saw some people that she recognized, but also, like, she's not alone today because our friend Holly Ray, her son Dylan, came over from Mansfield, and because they moved also, and she so we introduced them, and they ended up they're in the same Spanish class, which is their first period, and they're in the same science class, which means they'll be in the same lunch period. So, like, she won't be alone today, and that's great. So I'm happy for her for that.
I'm happy for her too.
Because nothing like going to a new school that you're not aware of everything, and so neither one of them really do. They're not comfortable there yet, so
they'll get there.
Yeah, they have each other, and that's awesome. And she also has lunch with her dance friend Talia, who is on the dance team. She's a sparkler. She's not on the company at Studio C anymore, but she's on the Sparklers, and that's awesome. So she gets to hang out with her at lunch.
All right. Okay, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm excited for her. Maximus seemed, excited. I mean, he was up at 6:30, and like when I came out to like, hey, how many eggs you want? I was like, whoa, like, are you already showered and everything? He goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, this is new. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. We didn't have to torture you out of the bed to get ready. So, yeah. So he was up and at it and rocking and rolling. I don't think his stomach was feeling all that great this morning, but he'll make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like, man, these are going to be long days because he goes right to football after.
And when they already don't get out till 4:15, I'm like, God, that feels so late.
Yeah, it is. It is, but It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not out. He's not done till 6:30.
Mm.
And he's like, that's a long day. He goes, but did I say this to you yesterday when we were on air? I can't remember if I said it or not. He was like, well, I mean, the alternative is if I were home, I'd probably take a nap and then waste my day anyway. So,
Look at him
I was like,
already
okay.
thinking about being productive.
Valid, very valid, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was like a great observation for him, to say, okay, well, I'd probably be effing off anyway. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Well, this morning it was really close to me going to my friend's house at right behind the donut shop there, and dropping her off in the park in his driveway so she could walk.
Pull that volume back up.
Oh,
just ignore that.
Okay.
It's because I was fixing something. You just needed to hear it anyway. Yeah.
So loud.
If it goes to commercial or something, we'll.
If you are trying
Yeah.
to quit drinking or doing too many drugs,
Wait. There, so I fixed it.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I was like that.
I was trying to fix some automation stuff, and because I didn't change that, and that's why.
Yeah.
Our little delay this morning was also because I had a replay going, and I didn't realize I had that going. So
Chad Brown's watching. He said, "Hello, lady.
Hello,
good morning,
Chad."
ladies." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's where I was gonna take if I couldn't get out of that traffic, like I was gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna drop you off at Chad's house, and I'm gonna let you walk the rest of the way because I can't do this shit." I was like, "This is a lot." Like I called you this morning. I was like, "Tiffany, like we can take them to the back door, right? Like we can take them to the back entrance, correct?" And you're like, "Yes." That's what we're doing. And I was like, okay.
I don't think that they'll ever stop doing that. That you have to split the traffic, or it's just it's insanity
nuts.
anyway. And Todd was supposed to come out Fox Lane to see if that gate was open, but I mean, it should be open. But if you go in Fox, you can't really get to where those steps are.
Yeah, but we got her there.
Yeah,
it was being able to go in the first entrance for us is that was a game changer.
Thanks for my coffee. I was actually terrified to drink some this morning. I wouldn't even. I just because the milk finally settled me at 6:30 that I was completely afraid to have anything that was acidic. I'm still a little afraid.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need some fast taco.
I think that sounds like it should be mandatory.
I mean, not every day because typically I'm drinking my protein shake.
But today,
yeah, I know what I ate yesterday.
We'll make
that
Adam really proud.
I hope he joins. I mean, I didn't get to confirm with him like, hey, we're going to be on air today. So,
we'll see. That's 4 minutes
because it's Wellness Wednesday. So Adam's going to join, and I'm like looking on the camera, and I'm looking at my arms. I'm just going, they are not where they need to be yet.
Quit looking.
I can't help it now. I was just like, oh, that doesn't.
Yeah, when I'm
I don't like how that looks.
We're both wearing strapless right now, I feel like my whole from my shoulder all the way around is just like really.
It is what it is, but I'm not going to sweat my ass off today.
To break it off, like break up the
102 degrees again today. Yesterday, I feel like we failed to send our condolences to the Fort Worth Police Department and the extended family of the officer who was killed early yesterday morning on I-35 at Sycamore. Did you know about that?
Yeah, he got hit. Right,
it's terrible. Yes.
Working
so prayers for all of them. Yeah. Well, and this was 3 hours after the accident, and he was there just kind of guarding the ramp. Yeah. So prayers for all of them, because it's like, when you go on duty, your greatest fear is getting shot. Something happened like that, but then to be senselessly killed like this is just absolutely. You don't expect an officer to die during a traffic an accident cleanup or so prayers to them, because I know that there's quite a few people I know who knew him personally and or had worked with him. So somebody's calling you.
I don't care.
Was it
It was
Scam
an
Likely?
800 number. Yeah.
Scam Likely. So yeah, so that was really tragic news to hear. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just checking my text messages.
Lord be with him.
Seriously. Hey,
Oh, that was a bleep.
that was the
sounding
bleep.
Like Adam's here.
Adam's here.
Holla.
Adam, can I just tell you, has been like, he adopted a cat. I'm gonna force him to talk about this cat today on air this morning because I see his posts every day about this cat who's not his cat.
He picked it up. It just showed up at his door one day.
It followed him
Mhm.
and attached itself to him, but I believe he attached himself to this cat too.
Well, yeah, he fed it.
So, yeah, that was it. Fed
You're not
it,
supposed
talked
to
to
feed
it.
stray cat unless you want it to come back.
I don't know if it's necessarily stray. Neither does he, because it seems to like hop around. Like, oh, I get breakfast here and I get lunch over
Like the
here.
community
I get-
dog, like it's the
Yeah.
community cat.
I know I can go lay on this person's porch at 4 p.m. while Adam's working out. I'm over here hooching it up on her porch, and she's like feeding me, tuna, and yeah, I think that
Mhm.
cat gets around.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems to really, really be living at Adam's now. So, and not a bad place. I mean, it's the Dominican Republic. It's
Yeah, beautiful.
it's living its best life.
Living his best life. He said, ha ha ha. He said, comment. It just wants free food.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah, free food, but I mean, I think the cat likes you.
Yeah.
It's straight up. So we'll catch up with
think a lot
Adam
of them
here
do.
in just a few minutes because we're gonna go to. That was like a slow delay for me. Yeah, what other kind of strays are hanging around, Adam? All right. Well,
He doesn't film all of them, just the cat.
We'll be back after this quick break. Don't
2.5
go away.
Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark. Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
NTX Radio is a member of EMG, a radio podcast collective, proudly serving all of North Texas. We are live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network and on our station app. Download it for free. Check out our lineup and more at ntxradio.com. We thank our valued partners in helping us amplify the voices of North Texas. Be sure to connect with Todd Hurd and Associates, attorneys at law, for your civil law needs at texasattorneylaw.com. Use code JOCO 2024 for 25% off your first order at thetiffy.com. Processing credit cards? Join the Swipe Nation today and save on processing fees at swipenationusa.com, locally owned and operated. Are you ready to deliver the right message to the right people at the right time? reach out to us at ntxradio.com at t.herd@ntxradio.com for advertising rates as low as $50 a month.
All right, welcome back to the second half of NTX AM Vibes. I'm Tiffany Carlen with Sarah Reeves. And Adam, the fat loss coach, has joined us. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
It's been a hot minute since we've got to see you on here, right?
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
were you
Yeah.
on with us? No, it's been a couple weeks.
We were gone. I was gone, then you were gone, and then
Yeah.
it
was gone, girl.
It's been a wild, crazy summer.
All right, Adam. First of all, tell everybody who has never, who people who are joining you for the first time, who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so I am let's call a health coach and a weight loss coach. I've been in the industry for 15 years. Obviously, my accent isn't American. I am from South Africa and from Australia, but I live now in the Dominican Republic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Now, wait. Now, are we saying, is this going to be a permanent living situation yet? Or are you still going home?
No. So I'm still going home in December for
Okay.
Christmas to go and hang out with the family and stuff. But for the moment, I'm in the Dominican Republic.
And have you thought yet about where you're going to land when you come back?
No.
Texas.
That's
You haven't lived in Texas yet.
Well, I've
It's
got to go to
hot.
Houston. I'm going to Houston in September, the end of September, for a business event. So I'm definitely going to go and have my
Oh.
first Texas experience for sure.
Nice.
Oh, Houston in
That's-
September. It's going to be, well, you're coming from the Dominican Republic, so you'll be used to the humidity. You'll be used to the humidity. So, there you go. It won't be too shocking when you get there.
You'll have to remind me, and I'll tell you where to go. There's an amazing jazz bar that you'll have to go check out because it's
Okay.
For the music.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this cat really quick. Okay.
Yep.
Have you named it, or are you still calling it Cat?
No, it's Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah,
What
purely
are you
because it killed a bird in front of me yesterday and then killed a butterfly. So it's now Hunter.
No, he picked his own name. Way
A
to go.
bird and then a butterfly. You meanie cat.
Usually you start with the smaller thing and work your way up
Just
to the
straight up killed a bird and then ate it on my porch. So
Mm. So
That
you didn't
sounds
have to feed
delicious.
it yesterday.
So it didn't just kill the bird and leave it at your doorstep
It
like it was
ate
a
it.
prize. Like, look at him.
it ate
Here's
it.
my
You're my
gift.
peasant.
Feathers and everything. So
Oh my God. Wow.
Now
yeah,
that'll
just
be
getting in the necessary protein for the day. So
Okay, so and that cat does completely not look like a cat that would have that type of behavior.
yeah,
We're gonna have
no,
we're gonna have to just talk about this. The butterfly, I mean, a bird, okay, but the butterfly, come on, Hunter, what's going on with you?
Well, the cat got comfortable, because it kept getting
Yeah.
fed. So now it's like all confident. And...
well, the cat's developing a bit of a fan base, to be honest. So
Okay, I'm gonna go with I completely understand that because I'm a fan of this cat. Like this cat's living its best life, and it.
If
And
we could
learning from
all
you.
be a cat on Adam Smith's front doormat.
I could
Just-
go somewhere, but I
His
cat's
face
just-
turned red.
the cat's just bringing home the wrong kind of birds at the moment. So if it brings home the other birds, then it's fine.
what are you gonna do? Okay, what are you gonna do when you leave the Dominican Republic? What are you gonna do with this cat? Are you just gonna let it become somebody else's?
So I thought it was a wild cat, but it actually belongs to an owner that was living in one of the other parts of the hotel or resort. But she's gone back to Brazil until the end of September. So I'm just going to hand the cat.
Okay.
Yeah, hand it back to her, basically.
Perfect. Okay, that works out great. All right, there's a whole plan. All
There's
right.
a plan.
You're a part-time cat daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna call you the cat daddy. Man, this
Hunter has a name. Now Adam has a name.
he's the cat daddy.
All
All right. All right. So before we dive in with you on your tips and tricks this week for getting healthy, staying healthy, mindset, all of that. First, I need to ask you your opinion on Australia's breakdancing phenomenon. Break dancer phenomenon from the Olympics. Did you watch any of her?
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, you can't not watch any of it. It's all over Instagram. So the big spin, I was talking to my sister who's in Australia, and she was saying that apparently it was a big, so in Australia we use the word piss take, which means like apparently she was making fun of the breakdancers in the Olympics. That's what the news is trying to spin in Australia and what she's trying to spin in Australia, but everyone's calling bullshit on that. So, I think that I'm just trying to word this properly so I don't get canceled. I think I think that she got in on merit versus performance, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Definitely.
she's a dance professor, right?
She has got a PhD in breakdancing.
Like
those
literally?
who can
Hold
do, but those who can't teach.
Yeah,
True.
that's
But-
basically.
It's like literally she has a doctorate in breakdancing.
Yeah. So I think this is just a bit of an indication of the times and getting in on merit versus actual performance. If
It's
that
not
makes
what
sense.
There's
you
no
know,
doubt.
It's who you know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I would like to have her Rolodex, please.
Yes.
That's pretty powerful.
All right, Adam, let's break dance right into fat loss and health. What you got going on this week? What do you
Yeah, so
Where you-
like I've said before, that there's always like a theme to every sort of week when I'm talking to my clients and people that are DMing me. And one of the themes that have come up quite often this week is, when I talk to people in the DMs and when I have conversations on Zoom, Tiff, this, like we first met on Zoom and having a conversation. And over the last 15 years, I've spoken to probably somewhere around 4,500 women, right, about weight loss. This is just like one-on-one conversations, never mind DMing or never mind general chats. But the same kind of conversation comes up all the time when we talk about nutrition. And their first go-to reply when I ask someone about nutrition is, I'm trying to increase my water and I'm trying to increase my protein. That stuff is fantastic and it's good to be a healthy human being. But if you're trying to lose weight and your focus is to lose weight, you have to understand how many grams of carbohydrates you're consuming every single day. And you have to understand how many grams of fat you're consuming every single day. The reason why is because those two macronutrients are your energy sources. So when we consume energy, they come from carbohydrates and they come from fats. Now, if we have too much energy, otherwise known as calories, in our system and we don't burn them off, our body's going to hold on to fat no matter what. So sure, we have underlying factors like hormonal stuff, is better. But in general, we have to make sure that if we want to lose weight, we got to know the numbers, if that makes sense.
Yeah. We got to put them into the app. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah. And yesterday I had a protein shake for breakfast, 30, one of those. Actually, this one's really gross. I can't drink this one anymore. The one in the carton, it's terrible. It's so gross. So I typically drink the Fairlife ones, which I ran out of. So I had these other ones. And honestly, I was like, I'm going to try those because those are like $3 cheaper, per container. So I drank that. I choked that down. And then, okay, so we have Tatiana Miller, who's Tuesdays at 11 a.m., Tuesdays at 1 p.m., How to Be a Human. And we did her show over in Fort Worth, and she's like, I'm sorry, I have to eat this really quick. It's my protein. I'm trying to protein up for, I haven't eaten yet today. I was like, okay. And she ate like half of it. And then when she got done with the show, she left and forgot it. And I was like, is it wrong of me to eat that? But I had to because I hadn't eaten lunch yet and it was 2:00. And so I ate all the chicken and I ate all the nuts out of it. And then I stupidly ate a few blocks of cheddar cheese. That's what killed my stomach yesterday. So I had raging acid reflux at 4 a.m. and I mean, it was absolutely awful. So no more cheese blocks for me. No more eating somebody's leftovers if you left at the office. But I was like, I have to eat. I have to eat. And it was rotisserie chicken. Like it was good. So I tried to get all that in. I don't really think I had any carbs other than, what carbs were in the nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Right. and then the cheese, but it wasn't like an over amount. So I even if I don't log it in, I'm trying to be very aware of, did I have bread with a sandwich? What kind of carbs? But there are some good carbs too, right? Like,
yeah, 100%. I mean, we need carbohydrates and we need fats. We need carbohydrates for muscle mass development and for energy. Like when we eat carbohydrates, our body turns that into glycogen, which then gets stored into muscle mass, which then gets used for energy. And we need fat for hormonal function, for brain function. So we have to have both. It's just about understanding what we're eating and how often we're eating it, right? Like, even if you're watching your calories, and let's say that you're trying to consume 1,500 calories to be in that calorie deficit, if you accidentally eat over by 200 calories every single day, so instead of eating 1,500 calories, you're eating 1,700 calories, that added up over time means you're not in a calorie deficit. So even if you're watching what you're eating and you're not being consistent and diligent, then you're never going to lose weight. You're just going to stay exactly the same on the scale. It's exactly the same as if you're trying to budget for a holiday or budget for a new house. You can't just guess at what's in the bank account or guess what's in the sock drawer. You have to know your budget, right? So having that discipline.
Not the calorie count, but saving that $5 you spend on a coffee every day, like stop doing that, and that does end up adding up. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, exactly right. So for example's sake, and the scariest one, and why I use fats as an example with this is, it's really easy to over pour, for example, like the olive oil in the pan when you cook, right?
Mhm.
So let's say like you over pour by a couple mils every single time. Those couple mils, let's say a teaspoon, is about 180 to 200 calories in a teaspoon of olive oil. So you're cooking that, then you're going to so by probably about 180 calories every single time you eat, right? So that adds up to quite a lot. So if you are honestly really struggling with losing the weight and you're at your wit's end and you've tried everything, then try this one last thing and be super diligent with yourself. Like, show yourself enough love and respect that you put detail into what you're doing. And I'll put my cat on it, the fact that you're going to get the result that you want.
So we have a listener, Jared Salazar, says, "Is that why I'm so tired? Because I don't eat carbs?"
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously, I'm just taking a guess in the dark because I don't know Jared's life or lifestyle, but I'm going to guess that's probably why.
I know he's been on a fitness journey right now, and he's been like no carb in it, and yeah. So
you should call in, Jared. Why don't you call in?
So when we eat carbohydrates, our body uses carbohydrates for energy, right? The reason that we have the crash at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or that crash after dinner is often because we have not consumed enough carbohydrates in the right kind of style. So maybe we've had coffee with sugar and cream, or maybe we've had like something on the go going through McDonald's or whatever. And then we have that crash in the afternoon, and we often then start to reach for the candy or the soda or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to make sure that we're eating enough carbohydrates, fats, and proteins throughout the day. Not so much that we're going to gain weight, but enough to have energy for the rest of the day. So
What's our phone number?
817-637-2585. Yeah.
637 what?
8525. I think it would be great for him to call in and talk about what his routine is. I mean, that's kind of like why the keto diet. I mean, I'm not a fan of it no matter what, but it just can't be good to constantly put your body into crash mode.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
That does just cause more stress.
Yeah, so the big thing with keto and why people see so much success at the beginning is because when you eliminate carbohydrates, what your body does is uses all the carbs that you have stored in the muscle, right? But it also uses all the water that's attached to those carbohydrate molecules. So you not only lose weight, so total weight, but you're also losing the water weight that's stored in your system. So in the muscle fibers, in the organs, everything else. So this is where you'll see like this one person that will lose like 10 or 15 pounds within the first 2 weeks. It's just because they're losing overall mass and they're losing water. It's not because they're losing fat.
Right. Okay.
I just want to know why people that are in ketosis, why their breath stinks so bad.
Because they eat high protein diet and don't brush their teeth.
And they don't brush their teeth.
No, but it comes from your stomach. Bad
Yeah.
breath comes. I mean, it comes from your gut. It's gut
Yeah.
health. It's not always hot. hygiene in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's
Why
your
does that?
gut.
But why does that make your breast stink? Like, why does that? Why does
Because
that?
because it's food that's not being digested, and then it's sitting in your gut and rotting.
Oh, yummy.
Like ramen,
Hmm.
real ramen. That stuff just sits there in your stomach for like it's like 3 weeks, isn't it? Did we talk about this a few weeks ago? There's like
What?
I know there's certain foods like that super processed, like the 2-minute noodles or like the instant
Yeah.
noodles. Yeah,
Yeah.
that stuff is basically like eating glue paste.
Yeah, I watched this thing where they took the ramen noodles and they dyed it blue with like food coloring, and then they tracked it through someone's digestive system, and that's where you see how long that stuff sits in your stomach.
Hmm.
But didn't we have? I feel like we had this conversation because didn't we talk about that?
We talked
there's
about
like
the
a
healthy ramen.
there's that healthy ramen that's out or whatever.
He said
but
it
I
went
haven't
to
tried it yet.
voicemail.
Oh, tell him try. Call him. Call him from your phone or whatever. All right. So what are your tips on other than tracking, right? Because you want to share some of the apps that you recommend using for tracking.
Yeah, so if you are just going to do the free version, I would suggest MyFitnessPal, but you can only track calories on there unless you want to pay $20 a month to track macronutrients, which is absolutely insane. But if you just go to your app store or your Play Store and then just type in macro trackers, there's a whole bunch of free ones that will come up for sure. And then when it comes to one of my favorite ones is Carben, so CARBON, and that's a great app to track.
Sorry,
Carben. Okay. I don't think we talked about that.
Hello.
Jared. Hey, Jared.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Jared. You've got Adam's full attention. Talk to him about what you got going on with you got to tell him more than just is it lack of
no, I went like on a 5-week no carbs, 5 miles a day, working out, high protein, diet, and just really didn't do much for me. But now I'm like just so tired all the time.
So are you still on that, or have you come back to like eating?
I've cut out a lot of it. I'm going back to my normal diet, where it's a lot of chicken and rice and steak and rice and that kind of stuff. But I'm slowly getting back on it. But it's just I've never been this tired in my life. I'm a 4-hour sleeper, and I need like 7 to 8 hours at this point right now in my life.
So the thing I would highly suggest is, if you're getting back into it, focus on more carbs than anything else. So essentially, if you know what your calories are meant to be for you to be in like a maintenance phase, if that's where you want to be, then you just go into a macronutrient diet, which is 50% carbohydrates, 30% protein, and 20% fat. The other thing I would look at is try and increase your sleep as much as you can, because what you went through was super traumatic for your body and super stressful for your body, right? So you're working out a lot, and then starving your body. So your body doesn't know if something was wrong. So for example, like, did you get kicked out of the tribe, or were you trying to survive in the forest, or like, did something crazy happen? So if you can look at it from that perspective, your body has just gone through something super traumatic. So the tiredness is your body trying to recuperate from what happened. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because my day consists of normally running a mile to 2 miles, working out, then coming back in the afternoon, walking 2 miles. So I do a lot of cardio in there, and I've got a 5K this Saturday, a 10K next week or next month. So I'm trying to get back in my running regime. Yeah.
So if you're going to do that, I would 100% be focused carb centered diet. So if it's 50% carbohydrates and 30% protein and 20% fat, that's going to give you enough energy to get through the day, and then enough energy to do those runs. And with you doing that much work, you're not going to put on any body fat. Like, what's the overall goal for you?
Yeah, just to trim down, honestly, just to trim down. That's just better shape. I mean, I'm at an age in my life where, a lot of my family's had heart attacks and, high blood pressure, cholesterol. So I'm just trying to prevent that from coming sooner than later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. How old are you and how tall are you?
I'm 44.
Yeah.
And 5'8".
Okay. And how much do you weigh?
Right now I'm 214, I think.
Okay. So, what is your ideal weight that you're wanting to get back to?
My ideal weight for me?
Yes.
My goal is like 199, and I'm good there.
Okay, so do you have a pen and paper with you?
I mean, I'm a pretty broad guy, so it's anything under 199. I think it'd be really, it's a little too much for me.
Okay, so you want to be consuming about. Do you have a pen and paper, Jared?
Uh-huh.
Write this down. So you're going to want to be consuming about 2,000 to 2,200 calories. And then your protein intake is going to be your ideal body weight. So let's say 198, 195. That's protein. And then carbohydrates would be 220.
Mm-hmm.
And then your fats would be between 35 and 40 grams of fat. So this is all in grams. So grams of protein, carbohydrates, and fats, and then total calories. So start working on that. It's going to help a hell of a lot with the amount of work that you're doing. And then obviously it's definitely going to help your tiredness. The other thing I would suggest, because of your age, is getting your hormones tested, especially if you're tired in the afternoon. That's normally an indication of lower testosterone. So it happens to men over the age of 30.
Okay.
And women.
And women.
Women
And
typically over the age of 40. Your testosterone dips.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's. I've been testing stuff like that. I'm slightly lower, but it's everything else. They said then everything looks pretty good, but it's just I'm like I said, I'm a 3 to 4 hour sleeper and I'm good to go. But man, lately it's not been that way. It's hard for me to get out of bed these days. It's just not all there. So it's.
Yeah, Jared, I'll
tell you this much: when I was on that diet, I was probably putting in maybe 1,500 calories a day, maybe.
That's as much as like some of the women I get, like when I tell them that amount of calories. So like if
mine's less than that. What?
Yeah.
You give somebody 1,500 calories? I'm only getting like 1,200.
Yeah, mine may be 15. And so that's it. I mean, pretty much it's shakes all day and a dinner, and that's it.
Yeah, it's start changing your calories and increase your carbohydrates for sure, man.
Gotcha.
Very cool.
I make my shakes. So I'll do a shake for breakfast or even, and I say shake loosely because they're really not a full thick shake. Unless I'm making an isogenic shake, then it's thicker. But you drink it within 10 minutes when I do an isogenics because it's got live enzymes in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my second shake for the day, Jared, I do a second shake as my snack, not as another meal replacement. But I'll do it as a meal replacement because then I'm getting that extra protein in that way and not skipping like a whole meal.
Yeah, and my shakes are only 110 calories and they're low carb too. So I'm pretty happy with my shakes. I've been drinking since I was 19.
I liked this real person experience right here on this. That was good.
So
having a guest, yeah.
All right, ladies and sir, I appreciate the phone call. I appreciate taking my call.
Thanks,
Jared.
Y'all enjoy your day.
I went to Jared.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We went to Jared. That's all I can think about is the jewelry commercial. I'm glad he came on and opened up about that.
Yeah.
Now we have his weight, his height,
his age. He's 44.
His testosterone's like,
he's also single, ladies.
He's also single. We have all of these goals. We have his we've got his resume. We have his full resume, and his weight goal number.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he runs 5Ks,
running 5Ks and 10Ks. God bless you. I was going to say, what the hell are you running for? But
kids with cancer.
If you enjoy it, run your little hearts out. I'm not running unless something's chasing me. That's just not I just don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy running. Do you enjoy running, Adam? It's
Not
like,
at all.
yeah, I find zero joy in it. When I ran track when I was a kid, maybe, but
I like running.
Even then, I
pound
couldn't
the pavement and just like get out there by myself. But I like
really.
greenery.
When's the last time you ran on a road?
It's been a minute because my ankle's still screwed up. So I rolled it again the other day, and I'm
go for a walk.
So mad at myself. But
go for a nice walk.
I like the green
to be more
space.
peaceful.
I like to be out there in the. I like being on the road. I like being
nature,
in the green.
I got you.
But it's been too hot right now. Shit.
Yeah. Not a treadmill walk. You want to go outside and walk, which I think is better for you anyway.
Yeah.
Walking, I'm good with. Speed walking, I'm good with. Running, no. I find no joy in it. I think it's terrible for your body. It's bad for your back. Doctors will tell you. Am I right, Adam? Running is like you're pounding. Think about what you just said. I
Yeah,
like
you're
pounding the
building bone
pavement.
density, actually.
I don't know. I'll drink milk for that. Adam, what do you think? Did he freeze? He froze. Adam's frozen.
Oh no. He
Adam's
looks like he's
frozen.
being judgy. He's like, go ahead, keep digging your
His
grave.
freeze frame is in. Oh, we lost him.
Oh.
Okay. If you are interested in learning more about joining any of Adam's groups, search for Adam the Fat Loss Coach on Instagram. He's got a ladies only group. He's the bomb. He's been my coach for a long time. Of course, I haven't reached my goal yet, but that's my fault, not his. Anyway, have an amazing day. God bless. Be kind. Thank you. Oh, I was going to say thanks, Adam. And be sure to check in with us tomorrow on an update on Adam's cat.
Oh. Hunter.
Yeah. All right. God
Maybe
bless.
it's Huntess.
We'll see you tomorrow.